right. Welcome to a fresh episode of the Breakfast Pizza podcast. We are recording virtually today. Because guess what, Lucas? It's
What's
March.
that? I mean, it's been March. I hope you've known that for a while now, but
Well, I have, but it's officially March because it's bracket time.
it's bracket season, baby.
Yeah, bracket season.
It's
I am.
what did you tell me the other day? It's vasectomy season also.
Yeah,
Those go hand
vasectomy
in hand.
season. I
Yeah.
think today would be the day of the most vasectomies.
Or tomorrow, right? Starts Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's one of those two.
Next 2 days gonna be happening a lot. Anyway.
Yeah, lot of snips, lot of snips. Um, but we are having a bracket pool. It's set up right now, and you guys can join. And the winner gets $100 Amazon gift card. Um, yep, and it's gonna be fun. It's always more fun when you fill out a bracket.
Absolutely. It's like
Otherwise,
it's like
yeah,
playing fantasy football. I watch football games that I would never watch before because I play fantasy football. Same thing with
right.
the bracket.
And, and this is a little better because you're rooting for a team rather than just one specific player. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. So I assume most people that listen to this have filled out a bracket before. Also, just because that's just what people do. I mean, uh, so Lucas, we got something special here. We are actually going to fill out a bracket on the show.
Dang straight we are. Dang straight we are.
So,
We're doing it live,
first,
son.
first thoughts. Um, we're a mountaineer. We're a mountaineer show. We don't hide behind that. How
We own our
did we get
biases.
a number 3 seed?
Well, I mean, they were talking about us being a 2 for a while. I even heard a few people talk about us
Yeah,
being
but
a
then we
1 if
lost
we
like
could have beat
4
Baylor and
games
won
in a
out.
row.
I wasn't shocked by the 3 seed.
We lost to Oklahoma State twice, and they're a 4 seed.
All right, that wasn't great. That's true, but but we won a lot of. We beat a lot of really good opponents. We play in the toughest league. Got a decent record, and they look like a 3 seed, as in they pass the eye test most games.
Yeah, and then we're going to get into this. Here's my blockbuster. There won't be a single Big Ten school in the Final Four.
I think that's probably true.
I think there's a better chance there's 2 Big 12 schools than any Big 10 schools.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Well,
Why does everyone love the Big 10? I don't get it.
I don't know. Is Illinois in the Big Ten?
Yes.
Okay, they're good. They're real good. They're one of the 1 seeds. They're a 1 seed.
Well, so is
They got a dude
Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's not. That's a dumb 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, that makes no sense to me. Baylor's the only 1 seed that came out of the Big 12, which, okay, fine. But you have 2 1 seeds out of the Big 10. Ohio State's a 2 seed.
That's way high.
I mean, Texas is only a 3 seed.
Yeah.
And they have Iowa as a 2 seed.
Yeah, the Big Ten has been not great all year, and it seems like that was not reflected in the brackets. As in, the Big 12 has been talked about as being the best by far, which I think rightfully so. The Big Ten has not been mentioned in that conversation, and yet in the brackets, in the seeding, that wasn't reflected at all.
So Big Ten. I remember last season when they didn't have a tournament, and there was all this hype around Ohio State and how great Ohio State was going to be. And WVU played them in Cleveland and just I mean, slaughtered them. It was awesome. All my wife's family, who's Ohio State's fan, was here,
Oh,
and
that's
it was
beautiful.
amazing. It was.
Yeah, that's
That's why you
beautiful.
get married, Lucas. That's one of the reasons.
Well, I I married a woman who could not tell you the if I said they're the Ohio State, no idea. Buckeyes would never come out of her mouth. So
Well, all right. So we're going to get started. We're going to start in the West region, and we're just going to work our way through the bracket. We're going to
yep.
make picks, and this bracket will go. This bracket will go in as the host picks, is what we'll call it. Um, and if it wins, then that just means that me and Lucas are smarter than everyone.
There we
So
go.
don't let
Don't
us
let that
win.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen. The odds
All
are
right.
pretty slim, but don't let that happen.
All right. So first game is Gonzaga versus someone, and I don't think it matters who it
Versus
is.
North/app. Yeah,
There
it's
is
Gonzaga.
0 people that would pick whoever the other team is.
Yeah, correct. That's Gonzaga.
The next one, Oklahoma, Missouri. Oklahoma didn't finish the season as strong as they started. They got real hot. They beat a bunch of really good teams. I still think 8's a pretty low seed for them, honestly.
I thought so too because they were, like you said, at one point they were they in the top?
They
They
beat
were like
Alabama.
I was gonna say they were well, yeah.
Alabama's a
Um,
2 seed.
yeah, but you're right. They like cooled. They were hot, cooled off.
Yeah.
If they could play even pretty close to what they were playing middle early in the year, eight's way low. I don't know that much about Missouri to be honest. Um, I'm inclined to pick Oklahoma because I know more about them and
Yeah, I'm
I've
with you
seen
there.
them play
But
really good basketball.
I wouldn't be surprised if Missouri won. But I'll go with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Then we got Creighton and UCSB.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't really know what that school is. They're 22
Um,
and 4.
it's California's Santa Barbara, I think.
Okay,
University
that makes
California
sense.
Santa Barbara. I think that's what it is. I don't know much about their basketball. I just heard the name. Um, I don't know.
I mean, I'm inclined to go with Creighton here.
I am as well. They got a good record, but I'm trying to look at who they played, and
No one.
not much. Not yet. Yeah, literally no one. Literally.
All right,
UC or yeah,
so
go with Creighton.
then we got Virginia, Ohio. Virginia's a 4 seed. They're 1-3 versus top 25 teams.
Not great. Not great to say the least.
I mean, that's horrible.
It is
That's a
horrible.
4 seed?
Yeah, against top 25 teams, right? Not even like top 10 teams, top 25 teams.
Yeah, I mean,
That's horrendous. Now
I
they're
mean,
not
Missouri.
playing a top 25 team there, but that's a horrible record.
So, like, I understand Oklahoma is 15 and 10, right? But they're 5-7 versus top 25 teams.
Yeah. Their 15 counts for a lot more than Virginia's malarkey.
You know, I'm inclined to go with Ohio just because I think that's awful.
That's just because you're disappointed as heck in Virginia.
Well, it just feels like they're there because they're Virginia, not because they're any good.
Yeah, they did win the ACC tournament barely, but they did win.
Did they? I thought Florida State won.
No, they beat Syracuse, I believe. Maybe not.
Syracuse is Big East, though, right?
No, not anymore. They're ACC in
Can't
basketball,
keep
at
up.
least. Yeah. I'm not opposed to taking Ohio there as an upset. You know somebody's going to do it, and
Hey, let's go. Let's
let's
go
do it.
Bobcats.
Why not? Why
All
not?
right. Then
It's
we
more
got
likely than the
USC
rest of them.
Then we got USC versus somebody.
Versus
Wichita
Wichita
State.
State or Drake.
Drake.
I've seen him play basketball. It's garbage.
I mean, you could argue, you could convince me to pick anyone over a Pac-12 school in any sport for anything. Just,
I don't want to pick all the higher seeds, but I'm very much inclined to go with USC in that game.
all right, USC it is. And then Kansas, East Washington, Kansas all day. Kansas became Kansas again.
They're looking like it. They are getting hot at the right time.
Yep. So then we got VCU versus Oregon, a 10-7. Always interesting games.
Yes, and both intriguing teams, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm inclined to go with Oregon just because VCU had their Cinderella run already. I mean,
that's true.
How often do teams do it? Like Butler, maybe, but usually doesn't happen more than once.
Yeah, I agree. I'm inclined to go with Oregon there. Wouldn't shock me if VCU won, but I'm inclined to go with Oregon.
Yeah. All right. Then Iowa versus Grand Canyon.
Iowa.
Is that a Christian university?
Grand
Canyon?
I don't know.
Yeah. Shouldn't you know this? Do they not play in the Liberty division of
Liberty's in this bracket?
Schools?
Liberty's
I know they
in
are.
the tournament. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I don't know. I'm trying to look up Grand Canyon University and see what they're about.
Ditches.
Private Christian University.
No.
Hey,
Iowa.
2 Christian universities in here about to lose in the first round.
You're probably right.
All right, let's finish out the West bracket and then we'll move to the South. Gonzaga and Oklahoma. Gonzaga's really
so good. Gonzaga is, to me, a little head and shoulders 1 seed. As in, there's Gonzaga and then the other 1 seeds and everybody else.
Yeah, and it's still funny. The toughest game they've played all year was against West Virginia.
And we gave it away! We didn't need to lose that game.
We give a lot of things away.
It's facts.
Oh, unbelievable. All right, so now we got Creighton and Ohio.
Ohio's run may come to an end.
You think so? All right.
I don't know. What do you like Ohio for some reason?
I have nothing. I know nothing about Ohio, but I mean, like, someone's gonna run something.
Yeah, I don't like Ohio because it reminds me of Ohio State.
Okay.
And I hate Ohio.
There we go. Fine enough. All right, so we got Creighton.
School.
No, that's Miami of Ohio.
It's not the same thing? No, it's not. You're right.
No. Oh my gosh. And you call yourself a fan.
My bad. You're right.
Unbelievable. All right. USC and Kansas. Yeah.
Kansas is good.
And then we got Oregon and Iowa. I wouldn't be shocked if Oregon won this just because I don't know.
Does Luke Garza
again,
for
Iowa's
Yeah,
Iowa's a 2 seed. They're 8-5 versus top 25.
Yeah.
Granted, I know they play Ohio State and Michigan and Illinois, but that's not very good.
It's not, but like in the tournament, guards and transcendent players go a long way, even if they don't have a great team around them. And Iowa does have a good team. Luke Garza is very good, and I kind of am inclined to roll with him because that seems to happen in the tournament.
All right, so Gonzaga beats Creighton.
Yep. Gonzaga marches on.
Any objection?
Nope.
And then I got Kansas over Iowa.
Ooh, Big 12 loving, eh?
I mean, if you look at them, Kansas probably has a better defense. Iowa might score a little bit more, but I mean, it's Kansas.
I'm fine with that. I'll take Kansas.
Okay.
Fine with that.
All right, and then we got Gonzaga and Kansas in the Elite Eight, which, by the way, epic.
Great game right there. I hope that happens.
Great game.
And
I don't know. Yeah.
Gonzaga.
You think the Zags pull one out?
Yeah.
Gonzaga stereotypically chokes a lot.
But at like Final Four.
They've had some amazing teams that
They
just
always have an amazing
peter
team.
out in the tournament.
It's because a lot of years they don't have the transcendent player. I'm telling you. Like
Yeah.
everybody can make
my
a
only
run.
fear is when they play some of these Big 12 schools, because the Big 12 reminds me a lot of the old Big East in some ways. Maybe just not as physical. The old Big East was, man, it was rough.
Greatest basketball conference.
And oh yeah, it was the anniversary of the Syracuse and
Connecticut 6 overtime.
Yeah. What a game, dude.
I remember watching that game. What a game.
Amazing. By the way, back then, the Big East tournament may have been more exciting than the NCAA tournament.
It was a great because
it was that
your
good.
best teams. I mean, it was
It
was probably a better version of what the Big 12 is now. It was a better version of what the Big 12 is now. The Big 12 is very good. Big East, better basketball conference, and the Big East tournament was it meant something.
Yeah, I think WVU gets overlooked a lot in all of that, but man, WVU's been a pretty good basketball team for a very long time.
Huggy Bear. They were even good before him when Beeline was there. Alex Ruoff, Pitt Snoggle.
Yeah. Oh, Pitt Snoggle. I just
What
remember. I remember listening to the radio and hearing Tony Caridi say, "Just got Pitt Snoggle," and I remember that. That was awesome.
That was.
Anyways, all right. So we got the Zags or Kansas moving forward. My point of that, by the way, was Timmy, the guy for Gonzaga, when they played against WVU, he was shook in the first half of that game. He came back and played good, but man, he was shook.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, this is also a rematch of the final game. So let's just go with Gonzaga and move on.
I think Gonzaga wins.
Fine. All right. Baylor and Hartford. Baylor. North Carolina and Wisconsin.
I have no idea.
I'd roll Tar Heels here.
You're gonna roll. I hate the Tar Heels.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to like them.
I do not know. That's a toss-up to me.
That's fine. Russell Wilson went to Wisconsin. We're picking the Tar Heels. Villanova and Winthrop. It's Villanova, right?
Yeah, I would think. But the 5-12 is always an upset. Ridden.
All right, Purdue and North Texas. I thought Purdue was good. I watched a game or two they played, and they looked good.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Texas Tech and Utah State. You could tell me Utah State wins this game, and I wouldn't be surprised. You could tell me Texas Tech wins by 30, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Texas Tech's a better team, clearly.
Absolutely.
Texas Tech.
All right, then we got Arkansas and Colgate.
Yeah, versus the toothpaste.
Total.
Colgate Ultra Whitening.
Oh, I'm going to. Can we pick Colgate just because I want to say Colgate? By the way, I don't know that either one of them beat. I'm real heavy on the Big 12 here because I think the Big 12 teams are that good.
The Big 12 is good.
They just beat up on each other, and if you watch every single one of the games it could have went either way.
Yeah, so that's like us losing to Oklahoma State twice. Not a great look. Oklahoma State's a really good team. Oklahoma State's got Cade Cunningham play. He's one of those transcendent player guys. Like they got a really good team.
And McBride just at the end of the first half was the greatest little bit of basketball I watched. It was awesome. And then the second half happened, and we don't want to talk about it. All right, so we're taking the Colgate total over Arkansas.
Why not?
Florida and Virginia Tech. Florida.
Yeah, Florida probably.
Then we got Ohio State over Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
That wasn't a question. I'm just saying that's what'll happen. I hope they lose. By
Yeah,
the
I
way.
hope they do too, but we should pick Ohio State.
All right. Then we got Baylor and North Carolina. Baylor. Villanova and Purdue. I think I'll go Villanova here.
Yeah, I like that. I'll do Villanova. Both good basketball brands and schools.
Right, yeah. Awesome. Texas Tech and Colgate.
Tech.
I'm going to go with Texas Tech. Man, Colgate scores 86 points a game.
Dang. Now that's something that matters in the tournament. And just put up mad points.
And their opponent scores 68. They're 14-1, dude. Colgate.
Maybe we're not retarded for picking Colgate over Arkansas. I mean, our reasoning was definitely stupid, but maybe that worked out.
I mean, we want to take Colgate?
I don't. Sure.
If Texas Tech doesn't shoot,
Colgate. Maybe Texas Tech doesn't show up. They do one of their,
All right. I am very adamant about this. Florida over Ohio State.
You're going to plant your feet, stand there on that?
I am pretty confident that.
I will go with Florida. I will get on board with this. Mostly because I really want to see Ohio State lose.
All right, so then we got Baylor and Villanova. I think that'll be a really good game.
Yeah.
Personally. But I'll go with Baylor. Yeah. And then Florida probably over Colgate.
Yeah, we'll end them and send Florida on.
All right, and then are we sending Baylor to the Final Four?
I think.
It seems inevitable.
I think. I mean, some bull crap's obviously going to happen. Someone's going to lose. They definitely shouldn't lose. But Baylor's.
My bet that's in the Michigan bracket. but
Baylor's very good. Send them on.
Sending them on. All right. Now we're going to go to the East bracket. Michigan versus someone.
Send Michigan through on the first.
Texas Southern or something else. So Michigan gets out of there. LSU and St. Bonaventure.
Bonaventure. Dang. What did you call it?
I don't know. It doesn't have the full name there, does it?
Yeah.
Did I mess up that bad? Oh. Bonaventure. I don't know.
Bonaventure.
You win some, you lose some. Hey, I'm not French.
Neither am I.
That's true.
I don't know that much about either one of these teams.
All right. St. Bonaventure.
I was going to say, but I kind of want to pick St. Bonaventure. Just so we can keep
All right. Colorado, Georgetown. I'm inclined to go with Georgetown here.
I too.
Yeah.
I kind of the 5-12.
They had a good little run there in the Big East tournament when Patrick Ewing wasn't allowed into the stadium.
Yeah.
It's Patrick Ewing.
You should know who the heck I am.
He's the most iconic face in basketball.
Well,
dude, that head walks in, you know it's Patrick Ewing. He's also he's 7 foot tall.
Recognizable, that's true.
Although I assume at Georgetown basketball games, being over 6'6" isn't abnormal.
It's a requirement.
It's probably more normal than it is everywhere else. All right, Florida State and UNC Greensboro.
FSU.
Yep. BYU versus someone. How do they determine these where they put these pigtails at?
I honestly don't know.
It makes no sense. Why is the pigtail not always on all the 1 seeds?
No idea. I mean, I'm sure someone can answer that question for us, but it ain't me. I don't know.
Yeah, makes no sense to me. All All right, so we're just going to go BYU.
Yeah,
UCLA is one of the
I
play-in
know.
teams.
Basketball brand, but
That's weird. All
the
right.
Ball family really worked them
Texas
over.
versus Abilene Christian. Abilene
Yeah,
Christian.
Texas. Sorry, Christians.
Uconn and Maryland. So this is Maryland. I think
Um,
they seem like they've been a little hot recently.
I agree. I would pick Maryland in that one.
Oh my gosh, UConn's 0-4 versus top 25
Maryland.
teams. Get out of here.
Maryland.
Alabama and Iona.
Alabama. That's not.
Yeah, Alabama's
Alabama.
pretty good. All right, then we got Michigan, St. Bonavarte.
Gonna roll with that, are we?
Yeah,
Gosh, I hate.
Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan. I guess.
All right, Georgetown and Florida State.
I think it's Florida. I mean, Florida State's a better team, but I don't know. I think Florida State.
All right,
I think, yeah.
BYU in Texas.
I'm going Big 12 again. Texas.
All right, and then Yukon and Alabama. Oh,
Maryland.
sorry, I missed that. Maryland and Alabama.
Yeah,
Alabama.
they're good.
We just put 1, 2,
I
3, 4
know.
through.
I know.
My only change would be Georgetown.
Yeah. Yeah. We could. I mean, I'm not horribly opposed to putting Georgetown through.
But I also don't want to put Michigan
Yeah, I
forward.
hate
So
Michigan. I want to end them.
all right. So then, do we want to go Florida State, Texas, Florida State, Alabama,
Uh,
and the Elite Eight there?
how about
I think we're in agreement on the Florida
how
State
about Florida
part.
State and Alabama? I mean, I like Texas a lot. Alabama's good.
I mean, they won the Big 12.
It's true. I don't know. Little toss up. Both those teams
All
are
right,
very good.
hold on. Do I have something to toss? I need to find something to toss. I got something here. All right. I got a penny here. So heads will be Alabama, tails will be Texas.
Bama.
Tails.
Send them Longhorns on.
Texas. All right. I was prepared to go horns down if it landed on heads.
I'm waiting for them to lose so we can do
that. Yeah. Florida State and Texas. Are we sending Florida State to the Final Four?
I don't know if I like Florida State that much.
I like Texas that much. Hey, and then we get to go horns down against the Zags.
Okay, we can do that. Send Texas on through.
All right. All right, now the Midwest. Now this is the bracket that I care the most about.
I think this is
I
the
don't
most
really
exciting
understand how
bracket,
West.
too.
I don't know that that's true. I think it's true because this is the one we just did a 4 and 3 seed in the Elite Eight in the other bracket, and that's mostly because we don't like Michigan.
Facts.
Right.
Yep.
Actually, I'm going to change that so Michigan beats Florida State and then loses to Texas. How's that?
Okay.
Little
That's
more
fine.
heartbreak.
We can do that. Lead them on a little longer.
All right. Illinois and Drexel will go Illini. Loyola Chicago and Georgia Tech.
For Loyola Chicago. That feels high, but I don't know that much about them.
Yeah. Georgia Tech it is. Georgia Tech was playing good there at the end. 5 and 3 versus top 25 teams.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. I think Georgia Tech.
All right. Tennessee and Oregon State.
I could see Oregon State winning that game.
Let's do it. Oklahoma State and Liberty.
I mean, I want to take Liberty.
Hey,
but
are we going to give? Are Are we going to give one to the Christians here?
All right, no,
No,
because
not
no.
not in this one. Hey, there's Christians at
Yeah, I'm
Oklahoma
sure there
State.
are. That dude, Cade Cunningham, is good.
All right, Oklahoma State, San Diego State, and Syracuse. I
I
got
tend to take
Syracuse.
Syracuse too, just because it feels right. But I don't really have any other good
Yeah,
reasoning for it. Other,
San Diego State's also a good
they
basketball
are
school. They've,
home of the claw.
but I feel like every time I see them in a bracket, I'm like, you know what? They might be pretty good, and
Yeah,
they
I
always
do the same
lose.
thing. I'm like, hey, there's a sleeper, and
Yeah, and but they're usually like an 11 seed
yeah,
when I'm picking them. So, all right, and then we got West Virginia and Morehead State.
let's go
Let's go
Mountaineers.
Mountaineers. Clemson and Rutgers.
Yeah,
I guess
I think
Clemson.
Clemson on that one.
Houston and Cleveland State. Now Houston, I know
I
nothing
really don't
about them.
either. Uh, yeah,
Like they're a number 2 seed, and
24 and
I don't
3.
remember hearing anything about them.
Play good defense. They haven't played anyone. They played one game against the
I
top
mean,
25 team. But like the
yeah,
BPI's got them ranked at
that's fine.
3, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, that BPI
Yeah,
is stupid. It had the FPI had the Cowboys in the Super
yeah.
Bowl. Lucas.
That's how dumb it is.
All right, so Houston over Cleveland,
Yeah.
Cleveland State. All right, Illinois and Georgia Tech. We got the
Yes, we do.
Illini. Oregon State and Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Syracuse and West Virginia.
WVU. Homer.
Let's go.
Homer.
All right, Clemson and Houston.
Um,
I'll go with Houston because I don't know anything
I'll
about
just trust the
Clemson.
2 seed on that one.
All right, so now we got Illinois and Oklahoma. This is where this
Yes.
bracket gets interesting
This is a game right
because, like, these two games could be epic, right? And by the way, West Virginia, Syracuse, probably also going to be epic.
Back to the Big East days.
I mean, yeah, like it's
It
going to
is gonna
feel good. I'm somewhat inclined to sort of roll with Oklahoma
I
State.
am too, and I don't know if I'm stupid for doing it, but
I think it's because I really want to see WVU Oklahoma State in the Elite Eight because those two games, even though we lost, were awesome
they
games.
were.
They were fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm here for. I don't want to see someone get blown out unless it's West Virginia blowing out Houston here.
So we're going to go with Oklahoma State. That'd be a pretty big upset.
And West Virginia.
Pretty big upset.
Is it really, though?
The Illini, I mean, Illinois is very good, and they have several folks.
Dude, Oklahoma State ended their season by beating WVU twice and Baylor.
Illinois has the AO, whatever his name is. I can't say it. Dude is extremely good. Heck of a guard. That matters a lot in the tournament. But Cade Cunningham, Oklahoma State, roll with him.
All right. Then we got Oklahoma State and West Virginia. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times.
WVU all the way.
West Virginia. Hey, we're homer in this. It doesn't matter. We can do whatever we want.
Listen, Pat McAfee says we're going to win the Natty.
All right. Hey, if we win the Natty, then Bob Huggins is going to drive to Jane Lou, buy some hot dogs, and let people come touch the trophy.
That'd be awesome. I don't know where you're getting that info, but
I'm going to. He was on the Pat McAfee show, and he said that if they win, he just wants to get a bus and drive around the state and just have Tony Caridi with him and go around everywhere and just let people come touch the trophy. He's like, we'll stop in Jane Lou and get some hot dogs. That's literally what he said. Which is why Bob Huggins not being in the Hall of Fame is total garbage.
That is a travesty. How does
Even
that
like everybody,
900 wins?
everybody,
900 wins.
every announcer on ESPN's like, he's a Hall of Famer. Whether they say it or not, everyone here knows it. He's in the Hall of Fame because the different teams that he's been successful with and their skill sets is unbelievable. I remember when they started
Yeah.
Press Virginia, he essentially said, he's like, why are you doing this? Like, because we
Yeah.
don't shoot good. We can't shoot. So we got to play good defense. Also, he had maybe two of the best guards to do that with in Javon Carter and
Dexter.
Baxter Miles.
Yeah.
Dexter. That was
Carter.
close.
Carter's so
Man, that
good.
was real close.
Javon Carter was so good.
Yeah. He was very, very good. Um, yeah, but
If this
I mean
West Virginia team,
that's a real
if
thing. He
this
should be in the
current day
Hall of
West
Fame.
Virginia team had Javon Carter, just unbelievable. If we could play defense like Javon Carter played defense and got people to play defense, we'd be smoking everyone and everything.
If Osa Boyan
If
could shoot.
Boyan could shoot. If Culver could play defense.
Hey, listen, I have high hopes because I think Culver should be very well rested because it feels like he hasn't played in a month. So
Oh.
I watched the game and I'm like, where's Culver? He's on the bench. Why is he on the bench? Well, he was tired, so he just fouled everyone. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's solid strats, Culver.
All right, so our Final Four is Gonzaga, Texas, Baylor, and West Virginia. 3 Big 12 teams.
We are. Wow, we're really something, aren't we?
Hey, we're one upset away from 4 Big 12 teams.
Yikes.
Oh. Do you know how funny
It'd
that
be
would be,
awesome
though?
if it actually happened. And I think it could.
And I think if there's any conference that it would happen,
Absolutely.
I think it would be the Big 12.
There's no other conference that has a shot at doing that.
Because it's just so deep. It's so deep. All right. So we're going to go Gonzaga over Texas, you know.
I agree. Horns down.
Horns down. And then we got Baylor and West Virginia. This one's tough because WVU should have beat Baylor in Morgantown. And in past years, we've stunk on the road and couldn't win a road game. This year, we stunk at home. So, I mean, it's our bracket, Lucas.
Right?
We're going with the Mountaineers.
Say we can analyze this all we want.
All right, and then we get a rematch. We get a rematch at the beginning of the season when Gonzaga had a team that dropped out because of COVID. And Bob Huggins saw it on ESPN, called up and said, hey, we'll play. And they're like, yeah, sure. Closest game they played all season. Completely different team now because they don't have two bigs underneath, but they spread the floor and shoot the lights out of the building sometimes.
Correct. Sometimes.
Well, yeah, it was it Noah that said they were watch the game. It was just bricks, and you asked how was it so close?
I hit some
offensive
chip shot.
rebounds.
We were playing golf. I hit some chip shot. I said, "Boy, that was ugly." He goes, "Yeah, it sounded like you hit a brick." And he goes, "Speaking of bricks, you watched the game?" I said, "No." I said, "But I saw it was close." He's like, "Yep, offensive rebounds."
Oh, yeah. Anyways, all right. So our national championship is set, and it's Gonzaga versus West Virginia. And Lucas, I can't sit here and say that I want Gonzaga to win that game because I don't. West Virginia wins a natty.
Here comes the trophy to Fairmont.
Bob Huggins stops
the hot dog stands all over the state.
Hey, he's going to stop. He's going to stop at Flying Dogs in Jane Lou, maybe the original in Weston. He's going to go to Yans in Fairmont.
Eat dogs and look at a trophy.
The Custard Stand in Flatwoods. Everybody come touch the trophy. Hey, we might even swing by a Tudor's Biscuit World somewhere. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, we got to pick a final score.
Final score.
Yeah, it's the
All
tiebreaker.
right.
So what's the score going to be?
Let's say we're shooting hot. If we're going to win this, we got to be hot. So we score 80 some. We score.
Oh, all right. I just clicked on the preview for this game because I haven't looked at this at all. Gonzaga's opponent's point per game is 69.1. Their points per game is
They're
92.
Good. They're very good.
I'm just saying our
It does.
defense stinks.
Yeah, we don't play defense very good.
All right,
Maybe we
so
got to
I'm
score
going
90.
to say
I don't know.
I was going to say
That's
88,
fine.
86. It's going to be close.
It is. I was going to say like 81 or something like that.
Maybe Sean McNeil actually shoots before the buzzer and we win at the end. Not bitter at all. Not bitter at all.
88, 86.
Yeah.
If we win, I'm going to go nuts. Man, I hope we win. I've got real hope for this team. I like this team.
What just happened to my...
Who's to say? You've got a confused look on your face. I don't know if we're going to actually post a video for this or not, but if we don't, JR looks like something is amiss right now.
So I was trying to add our bracket to our group. So trying to make that happen. Yeah, I probably do look like I'm super confused.
You look like you're problem solving.
I mean, I essentially am on the fly. Right, here we go. I just want to change the name of the bracket.
To the host bracket, to the gonna win it all bracket, to the homer bracket, the Big 12 lovers bracket.
Well, we're gonna call it the host bracket. So we have a few submissions in here. So I'm excited. Probably also put out another video here to remind people, hey, go check this out. Fill out a bracket. You might win something. And you might just go listen to a podcast that you enjoy listening to with two guys who don't know anything about anything, but they're going to talk about it anyways. And before we go, away from basketball, golf. So I was watching the players, and this interesting thing is happening. And when we started this podcast, it was one of the topics that I wrote up that we could talk about. And it was about no fans impacting the golf. And we saw more first-time winners in 2020 than I can ever remember. The fans are coming back, and everything's getting back to normal. On the leaderboards, everywhere. And it's that pressure of the fans being there. And last week we talked about DeChambeau's shot at Bay Hill. I sent you a screenshot. I took a screenshot of the course layout to draw a line of where his tee shot went, because they just sort of brushed past it.
It was.
And I was like, well, nope, hold on. He cut the corner off of this par 5. And when I saw his tee shot, I went, he's going 15 yards into the woods.
Everybody else was hitting it 30 yards right of his line at least.
Right. And he just bombed it.
Completely over the corner, carried everything, lands in the corner of the fairway.
Also, I just want to say the putting stroke or grip where you have the putter up the inside of your arm, it's one of the dumbest putting looks ever.
I agree, but it's hard to argue with it when he
just looks
won a U.S.
dumb.
Open trophy and he's this close to winning Bay Hill, or did win Bay Hill, and then this close to winning the Players. I mean, I'm not arguing that it doesn't look stupid.
I mean, it's still ugly. I didn't say it's I didn't
Oh
say
yeah,
it's not effective. I
yeah,
just said
yeah.
it's
Effective but ugly.
ugly. Yeah. Just like the
Yeah.
claw, just just grab the putter and putt it. You know, that's easy enough. Um, Lucas, I
I
feel good
like it.
about this host
You know what I
bracket.
also really like? I like that we never said the words Kentucky or Duke. Love that they weren't in it. Just like both of those teams.
Yeah, I think.
Wouldn't it be so sweet to watch Sheboy
Yeah,
leave and go to Kentucky, miss the tournament, and then West Virginia wins the Natty? Man, that would be sweet.
yeah, but he
I
can't
don't
play
think
this
so.
year
I don't
anyway,
care.
can he?
He left because he wouldn't show up and
Yeah.
work, and now
I mean, they're you know, hey, we wish him the best.
well,
It was a mutual decision for us to part ways,
I mean,
Lucas.
I don't wish doom on him.
He wanted to leave. He was in the way, literally, physically in the way on the court.
Yeah, but if he would have just shown up to practices and put in work, he could have been a heck of a player. I expected him to be the best player on the team this year.
If he would,
That's what I expected coming into this year. Not that at all.
yeah, you didn't expect McNeil to be just lighting
Well, I mean, he's
things
a white
up
guy who
from the
plays guard,
outside.
so I kind of expected that. Good
Also,
player.
Jalen Bridges
Yeah.
is very
He's
good.
from Fairmont, too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Local. Yeah. Love it. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this. Um, yeah, so there may be a video pop up on the YouTube or the Facebook. So you can watch and listen. So you can see sometimes I talk with my hands. Most of this time I was using my
Same.
mouse to click around the bracket and cover up Lucas's face
Wow.
so I didn't have to look at it.
Right back at you.
But as always, we're appreciative of everyone that listens to us ramble on. You guys are awesome. This is just fun for us. So
There
if
you
you do
go.
like it, tell a friend, have them listen to it.
As I
Then you
say,
guys can
trash
make fun of
talk
us
about
together.
each other's brackets is encouraged.
Yeah. Also, we are more than happy to have you people trash
Bring it
talk
on.
us on social media.
Yeah.
Our
I'm not
feelings will not
offended
be
that I
hurt.
have stupid opinions. I'm well aware of them. I'm prepared to defend them, even if it's out of ignorance.
Well, I'll make a lot of bold claims, but I've been pretty.
You
I
did.
hit a lot in the NFL season.
You hit a shocking percentage of your wild claims.
Also, by the way, since we're here, a couple minutes to spare. The Patriots signed almost everyone,
Yeah, it was.
right?
Yeah,
In a ridiculously bold move. All kinds of people going to Arizona. Did I see where Bud Dupree is going to? Where is he going? Tennessee. And Andy Dalton
yes.
signed with the
So
Bears.
that was a little surprising to me. And Cam Newton returning to the Patriots is wild to me. That's the craziest thing out of free agency so far.
Yeah. Now yeah, they did get Johnny Smith,
Got Hunter
which
Henry too.
I think he's a good player. And
Yes,
Fitz
I'm
Magic
so happy to see him.
to the
Yeah,
football
I
team.
think they have a shot at winning that division next year. Dude, they got a
No, they
heck of a
don't.
defense that's just getting better, and they got Fitzmagic. Look, he's got probably 8 good games in him. He's going to throw 6 picks, maybe 3 or 4 times, but
He'll be good enough to prevent them from getting a good draft pick to get a
yeah, that's
good
probably
replacement.
about right.
And he'll probably be benched for Taylor Heineke at some
That's
point.
probably true too. But he'll also come in riding on his white horse and knight in shining armor and save the day a couple times. I can't wait
Probably.
to see it happen.
It'll probably be against the Cowboys because
I
that's
think
how
I'm
things work.
intrigued once again, but I'm intrigued to watch the NFC East next year. Saquon comes back for the Giants. Fitzmagic, Heineke in Washington. Eagles with Jalen Hurts at the helm. Dak comes back for the Cowboys.
Hey, the Eagles are gonna
Maybe, but I'm
stink.
intrigued by
I'm
watching
just
Jalen
telling you right
Hurts.
now. That that team is gonna stink.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
I don't see how they don't stink.
They are not. They will not be good. They will be the last place team
Yeah.
for sure. Hey, but they're going to be a team, and this team that this team's going to be is going to be a team that's prepared, and they're going to have a system that's easy to learn. It's difficult for the other team to pick
And
up on, but it's easy for us to learn.
it's gonna unlock
And that's the team.
their athleticism and
When you make things easy, it
there you go.
unlocks potential.
Yeah.
I could be an NFL head coach.
Yeah. Maybe not a good one, but you'd be doing as good a job as him. I could have done a better press conference than that.
I mean, I could definitely do a better press conference than that. I think I could do a better job than Adam Gase.
You can't do a worse job. I mean, no matter what you do, it's not going to be worse than Adam Gase.
Yeah. Who knows? It's going to be wild. But anyways, there was just several things that happened just to throw in there at the end. No news for your
Not
Steelers.
Really.
They haven't
Ben's
done
coming
anything.
back. Juju is unlikely. I'm hearing this afternoon that he's unlikely to resign, which is not surprising to me. So probably won't see Juju in Pittsburgh next year.
Yeah, not. I'm sure you're very upset.
Yes,
I can see the tears.
No, that's not a big deal at all. Not a big deal.
All right. Well, we thank everybody for listening. Hopefully, we have some more content this summer. I have an idea for some golfing videos. I did stream some golf. The first one didn't go so well. The second one, like my internet cut out and I lost connection halfway through the stream. So there's two pieces of it. I'm probably going to hide those because they weren't great. I mean, there was one hole that was almost drivable, so I tried to like pump a driver to it, but it was a little harder to do. And I went down the ravine to the left side of the bank, like 100 feet below the hole, and I'm 10 yards from the green, but 100 feet below the hole.
What kind
and
of
I just couldn't get out.
Game is this?
So then, like it's called the golf club. You can build your own golf courses, whatever. We're going to stream us playing it one day. That's going to be our show, is us streaming golf. But also, I think like we'll go out and we'll play around the golf, and we'll live story it as we go through each hole. It'll be fun. Yeah. Whatever. Anything that's fun, we'll just throw it out there.
I'm hot early season.
Hey, you shot a what'd you shoot?
Yeah,
73. I shot 82. And man, hey, I will say the game. I feel like the game helped because so it's going to sound dumb, but like in Tiger Woods, you pull the stick back and just like pound on X and then throw it forward as fast as you can. So this one, it takes like tempo. So like you line up and then you take your swing, and if your backswing is too slow, you lose power. If it's too fast, you lose accuracy. And then if you're slow on your downswing, it slices. If you're fast, then it hooks.
Okay.
Just like a typical golf swing. And just sort of that rhythm of feeling that rhythm with the stick on the controller of hitting a shot. it actually translated to my golf
Wow.
swing of like a
This
tempo,
is some next level training aids.
because so much of it's just
That's
being in
true.
tempo. I don't know, like it. I think it
Hey,
helped.
if you
I shot
think it helped,
83,
then it helped. That's how
and I
golf
never
works.
like I've never. We played a couple times
Yeah,
last year. I never got close to
it is true.
83. Like Hundo was pushing it, right? Like let's be honest, I had some holes where like I found like the
Yeah,
glimmer of the
there were
golf
some
game
bright
that used
spots.
to be there, and then like one shot later, it
One nice
all
shank,
fell apart.
and
I did start. I went par, birdie, par, double, double, uh, and then birdie,
yeah,
bogey, something. Like I don't know. The front was bad because I strung
yeah.
some doubles together.
I strung some bogeys together
So,
on the front side of my route, 73 round. So I was pretty good. I was -1 on the back. The front wasn't as good. I had a lot of bogeys, but
by the way, I was talking about a putter today. I was at Dunham's Sporting Goods up in Morgantown, and they have like all those cheap knockoff clubs that Kmart used to carry. I don't know how else to explain it. But they have a putter that is in the head of the putter is in the shape of the poop emoji. And on the face of the putter, it has the number
wow,
sign and then two. So it's a number two putter. Sort of like you have the Odyssey number 9.
wow,
This is the number 2. Yeah, it's the
gosh,
crap, man.
dad jokes.
All right, with that, we're going to end this. Thanks
Yeah,
for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed
fill
it.
out your brackets.
Enjoy the tournament.